on Vybes N Visas, we have the youngest guest that we've ever had.
We moved back and forth from Kenya and Uganda.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a very divisive question.
Go ahead.
Kenya versus Uganda.
Oh, God.
Come on, Kampala versus Nairobi.
And then when I get to school, it's like totally different. Your participation, you're helping, clearing up, like everything.
They grade that as well.
Yeah.
They washed the parade ground. What?
Exactly.
And that's a credit that goes into you graduating.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Charlie Karomi, and apart from being drop-dead gorgeous and incredibly talented, I am also an immigrant. You see, in 2022, I packed up my bags and left my home country of Kenya to a country I'd never been to before. For adventure, for opportunity, for meh, why not? But my story is not unique. You see, every single year, tons of people immigrate to new countries to start new lives, just like me. That means tons of new exciting stories are out there. This is a place where you'll get to listen to some of them. This is Vybes N Visas.
And now my love for you is so strong.
Hey, welcome to Vybes N Visas with me, your host, Charlie Karomi. This is a place where immigrants, adventurers, explorers share their exploits abroad. Those amazing stories. Now, let me tell you about old people. Old people do funny things, weird things, trying to look young. You know what they'll do? Old people will get young people haircuts. They'll get like comic book themed t-shirts just to look a bit younger. It never works. Unless it does.
No.
The one thing that does work is speaking to a young person, which is why today on Vybes N Visas, we have the youngest guest that we've ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Annabelle! What's up, Annabelle? Wait, can I call you Annabelle?
Yeah.
Annabelle.
Sure,
What's short for Annabelle?
Bella.
Bella. Buongiorno, Bella. Thank you for taking the time to be on Vybes N Visas. You are the youngest guest we've ever had. How old are you?
18.
18. Jesus Christ, I remember when I was 18. That was in 2000 and... Give me a second. I was 18 in 2009. Do the math.
Oh my
girl.
God.
Guy, I feel so young being in the presence of youth. How does it feel to be 18? Like, do you just randomly have energy? Like, do you just bounce around going like, oh, I'm ready for the day?
No, and you know when you turn 18, people think you're going to feel different, but you feel exactly the same.
Same. Okay, but anyway, I'm glad we have you on. All the way from, you live in Courtney right now in Canada, but you're originally from the land of the Banange, the Sebo. You're from Uganda. The land of the Rolex. Have you ever had a Rolex?
Yeah.
Is it that good?
It's so good.
It's so good. Okay.
The street ones.
The street, not the hotel ones, the street ones. Okay, Annabelle, thank you so much for taking the time. We have to start with the very important questions here on Vybes N Visas. This question will set the tone for the entire interview. Are you ready?
Yes.
The hairstyle. What do you think? Is it working?
It's very young.
Yeah? Yeah? Like I
You're
look
rocking it.
super young. Thank you. And the t-shirt? No?
Very
Deadpool?
Yeah.
You like it? Okay.
Never watched it, but sure.
But sure. But it is rated 21, so do not watch
Okay.
it. So Annabelle, you're here because you moved from Uganda to Kenya to Canada.
Yes.
No, actually Uganda, Kenya, and then Canada.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll talk about all of that. But first question we always ask here on Vybes N Visas is this. Why did you come here? What was your mission when you came to Canada? You're allowed to say, by the way, your mom just told you, "Twende," and you went.
Thank you. That's
Oh, that's your mission?
Yeah.
Your mission was, we're going where? And then you went.
I packed my bags and came.
Okay, let's make it sound poetic.
Okay.
Your mission when you came to Canada was to fulfill the wishes of your loving mom.
I felt that.
You felt that right here. But let's take it back. When did you come to Canada?
I came in April.
In April?
Yeah.
April what?
13th.
2022?
Yes.
2022. April 2022. Aya, you are fresh like me, eh? You haven't even finished a year.
But I'm making a year.
You're almost at a year.
Yeah.
So April 2023, that's when you came to Canada. Before that, where were you living? Because you've told me a bit of your story, but ulikuwa between Uganda and Kenya. Tell me about that. Where were you born?
I was born in Kenya, but I had to go back because I had family. Everyone was back in Uganda, so I had to go back, meet everyone. And then from like when I was in P4. Ugandans would get that. But if I was,
the Ugandans will get what P4 means.
when I was in P4, we moved back and forth from Kenya and Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a very divisive question.
Go ahead.
Kenya versus Uganda.
Oh, God.
Come on. Kampala versus Nairobi. Okay, don't answer that. I won't put you on the spot
Okay,
like that.
thank you.
But you spent your time between Kampala and Nairobi.
Yeah.
In Kampala, were you schooling in Kampala? No, were you with family in Kampala and then schooling in Nairobi? How was that system?
I was living in Kenya, but I was schooling in Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when we moved fully to Kenya,
Yeah.
I was schooling in Kenya and going to see my family in Uganda.
Family in Uganda.
Yeah.
How was that? Wait, did you used to fly or take the bus? Because I have stories of bus travel. What did you used to do mostly?
Very grateful.
You used to fly? Damn, girl. So you don't have those stories of like, I think it takes, does it take like 24 full hours to take a bus? You've never driven from Kenya to Uganda?
I have actually. We used to actually drive sometimes.
How long did it take? Do you remember any trip?
No, I don't remember.
You do not remember?
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, the last part of you being in East Africa, you were going to school in Kenya. How was that? What school were you in?
Rusinga.
Oh, Rusinga. Okay.
Kawangware.
Bro, listen, there's a difference. Kawangware Primary is in Kawangware. Okay. Rusinga is in Lavington. It's like in East Lavington. It's East Lavington. Oh, Rusinga.
You have made it.
You have to put the spice on
Okay.
it. How was Rusinga?
Rusinga was good. I liked Rusinga. The food, actually, yes, the food was better. Here they don't give food, but yeah.
The food mainly is what you used to like. Yeah. Wait, did you used to live close to school, or you used to take the bus a lot?
No, you could take the bus, but you had to pay for it.
Where did you live? Where were you living by the time you were going to Rusinga? What part of Nairobi?
Lavington.
Hey, let me tell you, this girl has lived in fancy places. You know where I used to live? Do you know an area called Gekoyo? Keno, Muthega, Regen. Have you ever heard of those places?
I'm Ugandan because I don't know those parts. But
well, you used to go to Rusinga, had a nice one. Tell me about extracurriculars, because it's not all about school. Did you used to do sports, drama, ISEC? What kind of extracurriculars did you do back home?
I was a sports girl. I used to play volleyball, handball, sometimes football. We used to play with different schools. Brabant, Brookhouse, we used to go against each other.
Successfully or unsuccessfully? No. Not successfully.
No, we used to be bottom 3.
Somewhere there.
Yeah.
Handball, volleyball. What's the main? Is there a main one? Was volleyball your main one?
Handball.
Yeah. I've never gotten handball. What's the difference between handball and basketball? I feel like handball is this basketball that didn't make it.
Yes.
It's basically that. Wait, what are the rules? You have to bounce it 3 times and then run. What are the rules?
You can't move with the ball. So once you get it and they've passed it to you, you can't.
Have to.
You have to keep one leg on the ground.
Yeah.
So you move and you can't move.
Do they have handball here?
Actually, when I said handball here, people are like, huh? Because they call it something else. I don't even remember.
Okay. But anyway, you're playing handball, you're thriving in Nairobi, by the time you were leaving, you were spending more time in Nairobi, than Kampala.
Yeah.
More time in Nairobi. So, as you said, before you came to Canada, it was basically like your mom told you, come over. Your mom came before you did, didn't you?
Yes.
When did your mom come over to Canada?
She came around 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
How was that for you? Because some people don't realize how sometimes it can be difficult. Like your mom goes away. She's going away to build a better life for you and do all of that hustle for the family. But you miss your mom, right?
Yeah.
How was that for you? Because that was 2017, from 2017 to like 2022. That's 5 years without your mom. How was that for you?
Yeah, I think I cried at the airport. Like, I cried so much. But then everyone was like, oh, you know, she's going to like do good things. So I just had to. So I always kept that in my mind.
Oh, but judging by how technology is, you guys used to talk a lot, like video call and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but the good thing about your parents being away, there's no disciplinarian, right? Can your mom lecture you over the phone? She can't.
Yeah, but I had my uncle and my aunt.
Damn it! Damn it!
I had.
So they would deliver the whoop on behalf of your mom.
They were like actually my second parent, or like my actual parents.
Like your actual parents. Yeah. So you used to live with them when you were in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 years with your mom being away, like when your mom told you stories about Canada, what went through your mind? Like, was it like a nice place? Did you want to come over to Canada? What was your vision of Canada?
Would always talk about the weather, that's it. Nothing, like she'd say, oh, it's cold. And I'm like,
But
like
that's
even
Canada.
here it's cold, because like Nairobi was also cold a bit.
Come on.
But
You've
when I
lived in
got here.
Yeah, you realize there's another level of cold. What's the coldest that you've been here? Like what's the coldest?
-3.
-3.
Yes.
Which, by the way, we have to explain this. In Canadian terms, -3 is nothing. There are people in Alberta who are like -30 on a daily.
Yeah.
So -3 is nothing, but it's still pretty cold. Have you noticed this thing, like the jacket you have from Kenya does nothing?
Nothing.
You start wondering, Quinny, what are we making our jackets out of?
Yeah.
Did you bring over any clothes from home?
Yeah, I came with mostly summer clothes. That was my mistake. Because I came around spring, and you know in spring not spring actually.
Autumn. No, April was
spring.
No, yeah.
It's normally raining, and that I thought that was the coldest. Like no,
it's not.
I got to learn like 8 degrees is actually really warm.
Like right now, I think right now it is 8 degrees right here in court, and you'll see people in t-shirts like, hey, nice weather, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your best Canadian accent of nice weather, eh? Nice weather, eh? Come on, try.
I can't. I can't. Like the accent is really. It's not even American accent.
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah.
It's what I've learned about the Canadian accent. It's sorry. So, like you say sorry, like you're saying sore. Like I'm sore. Sorry. What's that about? Sorry, that's all I've learned about it.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to Nairobi, yeah? So your mom leaves in 2017. Are you guys already making plans for you to go join her?
Not really. But it was always something in the back of your mind that, oh, you're going to come, but it's not really talked about that much. Maybe like a year when I was supposed to come, is when it was actually talked about.
Like it was always like, back of your mind, but not really. Like in 2021, I guess now people started talking about it more.
Yeah.
How was that transition? Because like for you, going to school, you're at Rusinga, you're going to school, you're preparing for whatever exams that, like the main exams.
Which I missed, by the way.
What do you mean you missed?
I didn't do them.
What course? Were you doing KCSE? What system were you in?
I was in
GCSE,
yes.
IGSE. One
IGSE.
of those. Were you close to finishing?
I was in grade 11.
So what happened?
Well, like I think 2 months before I was supposed to do the main exam, they were like, oh, you have to leave the country by this time. And so everyone's trying to figure out how I can do the exams and still go.
Well, what do you mean you have to leave? Who was telling you have to do something when it wasn't up to you?
Canada.
How do you mean? Explain that to me.
They give you a certain, like they give you a year to come, but we kind of found out late that I was supposed to come here.
Okay. They give you a year after they give you your permanent residence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're told, you can come to Canada, you have permanent residence, but if you're not here in a year,
you're not getting it.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
So, wait, is that? Hi. Annabelle's mom is behind. She has snacks. She has food. Let's finish this like a bit, like in 5 minutes, and then just 5 minutes. So you haven't done your IGSE finals, and the Canadian government is like, Annabelle, we'd love to see you here in the next year. If you're not here, forget about it. So you can't do your exams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we found out later that we were supposed to given that time. Like they did give us a year, but we found out like 6 months after that you're supposed to come.
And I'm like, Jesus, packing and everything.
And studying at the same time and trying to figure out a school that's going to help you and take you in and for you to do the exams. Yeah.
So you by the time you left, you hadn't done your final exams?
No, but I was ready to do them from here.
Yeah. Okay. Do they allow you to do it virtually?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so. But anyway, it's fine. We're moving forward. You're about to come to Canada, to the land of the maple leaf. Tell me about leaving Kenya. This was 2022. Was it hectic?
Yes.
In what way?
In the sense of, I get to the border, they're like, you're not...
To the border or to the airport?
To the airport, and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can't cross.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're not vaccinated.
You hadn't gotten COVID vaxxed?
And there were, like, new rules that were put out, you have to, before you cross to go to Canada, you have to be vaccinated.
Yeah, and I think they say double, like the 2 vaccines, or maybe one of Johnson & Johnson, no?
I took only one shot.
You took only one. So you had Pfizer. How long did that take for you to sort that out?
3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
Chop.
Yep. And in the next 3 days, I had to come back again.
You're back at the... Wait, all of this time you had gotten to the airport with all your bags?
So ready to leave, saying goodbye, crying. Imagine the embarrassment. You're saying bye to your friends.
And then you're told...
You're on Instagram, like, guys, bye.
Goodbye, East Africa. I'll see you later. And then they go like, hold up, baby girl. You ain't going nowhere. So you had to go back. Okay, you got the vaccine. You brought back some of the tears that you left over. And then now you're ready. You go back to the airport, start crying again, start saying goodbye again.
I was stopped again.
Come on.
Yeah, I was stopped because of the ticket. Something around there, I'm not sure what.
You can't remember.
Exact details, but I was stopped again. And this time, like, everyone in the family was dedicated to get me across that border. They were like, no, you're leaving this time.
It's like, I'm not sure if you guys love me or you just really want me to go. So wait, that was the second time, like after 3 days, that was the second time you were trying.
Yeah.
Tell me that ticket issue got resolved on that night.
Yes.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the good thing is we got there like 2 hours before.
Yeah.
But if we got there, like, I wouldn't have gone. Yeah.
So word of advice to anyone, if you have international travel, be there even 5 hours in advance. Okay.
Yeah.
What airline were you catching?
I was German.
Lufthansa.
Lufthansa. Lufthansa, yeah.
That one. How long was your flight, by the way? Everyone has such different stories.
Yeah.
How long was your flight? 24. I think mine was 26 hours in total. Mine was 26 because I went from here. I went all the way to Paris. And then I went, bonjour, ça va. And also, you know what the airport in Paris is called? Charles de Gaulle. Basically, it's my airport. It's like Charles, because that's his like given name. So yeah, that one took me about 24. I'm guessing since yours, like Germany and France are close to each other, did you have like a long layover on your way, or it was like pretty quick?
No, I had a layover of like maybe 6 hours.
6 hours?
Yeah.
What did you do? Just chill?
I sat in the airport and everything. Everyone was actually worried that I would get lost. The place is big. So obviously, because I'm smart, people doubted me.
Come on.
Which I feel very offended by. Everyone is calling, oh, are you at the gate? Are you sure? Ask the person nearby. I'm like, you guys see the number, right? And
I can read, guys. Okay.
Yeah. So I get there to the gate and I sit and I wait for like all those hours.
Yeah. No, but props to you. You were 17 and traveling alone between 3 continents. Come on, girl. So you leave from the airport in Germany and then you fly. Did you fly all the way to Courtney? Because Courtney is, what people don't understand sometimes is that we live on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
And Vancouver is like another plane ride or a long ferry ride away. Did you fly all the way here or did you fly to Vancouver? How was your reception in Canada?
I flew to Vancouver. Yeah. So I got there and there was like, I took like 4 hours. My mom was again questioning my knowledge.
Why did it take you to process all the arrival? Yeah.
Yeah, and the documents and everything. Yeah.
But 4 hours later, you're out, your mom picks you up. Yeah, but you hadn't seen her for 5 years. Oh, yeah.
She doesn't know.
You see her and it's fun and you do the big, she'd come to pick you up in her car. So I guess an hour to the ferry, 2 hours on the ferry.
Yeah, there's also a different story behind the ferry. My first time on the ferry.
What happened?
So we were moving on the ferry and then like after some time, the captain looks around and is like, we're in the same place we were an hour ago. So she calls up people and I'm not very good at explaining stories.
Wait, were you just stuck in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, we were the ferry was just standing still and we couldn't notice because it was dark at night. And we were just there for like, I think an hour. So when she realized, we aren't going anywhere. So then she calls up people and they're like, they talk to us like, come down. Like, we got you. Like,
wait, why wasn't the ferry moving?
It was still for an hour and no one noticed.
Yeah.
It had a problem.
Wait, so there are people upstairs driving the ferry and not realizing they're not moving?
That it was stuck in the same place for an hour.
BC Ferries is running into some major issues, canceling at least a dozen sailings thanks to a mechanical issue on one of its major routes.
Travelers were just 10 minutes from their destination when suddenly the Queen of Oak Bay went dead in the water. The Queen experienced a hydraulic steering gear failure. Vessel tracking showed the ship drifting with no destination. Unable to get the problem corrected, 2 tugboats were called in to provide assistance.
So they had to get like 4 boats to like take us side by side to take us to our destination. We got here like at what time, Mom? 3, yeah.
Not a fine moment for BC Ferries Corporation.
Yes.
But
and they actually.
It was the first time in like 50 years.
Yeah, when I came, imagine.
so when you let me tell you.
Then Mom starts calling people, the African way, and like me, I'm sleeping, totally mindless. Like
Because you just traveled across 3 continents.
And Mom was like, wake up, like, something could be happening and you're still sleeping. And me, I'm just like...
None of us knows how to
Yeah.
swim.
Even if we wake up, what are we going to do? Carry the ship to we can't do anything.
We can't swim. Me and Mom can't swim, so...
They were just like, okay, even if they call like planes, maybe, I don't know what.
To evacuate you.
Yes. It was on the news. the
Yeah,
next day.
I felt very famous because I was about to say, hey, I can tell you my experience, like I'm new. There were news anchors, yeah.
Taking, like,
Interviews like, how do you feel?
Yeah. Felt very famous in that moment.
Let's take a quick pause, like a quick pit stop in the story here. Annabelle has gotten to Canada. She's basically reenacting Titanic. They're standing still, not the sinking, but you're there, you're panicking, the boat isn't moving, it's your first time in the country, you're sleepy. That's not the perfect welcome you're looking forward to.
No, not really.
But things got better. Look at her. She's here. She's healthy. She didn't have to swim away. We're going to get to all of those stories right here with the one, the only Annabelle, aka Annabeze, aka Bella. Don't go anywhere. Vybes and Visas will be right back. Just there. You're just there. Just floating.